A few months ago, we reviewed the XF40H. Using the 720p 1:1 ratio screen, we found that to be an awesome device. Here we have it in this pink color. The game console had really good quality build, and we liked it. Today we received a new model, the RF40H, which essentially is the same product as the XF40H with just a few little minor changes in the shell. First of all, they still retain the same bag that we've been seeing in other models. And as we open the bag, which is nice in the box, we do get the same sort of screen protector and a manual and a card and a USB card and all those things as we did with the previous model. Upon first look on this model, as you can see here, it looks pretty much the same. We do have the same 720p screen, but there's a few differences on the front. The D-pad, the sticks, the buttons, the volume, and the start and select are all the same. However, we have a different design over the speakers. Again, this retains a single speaker, even though there's two ports and one of them's covered up. And so it does look a little bit different on the front. The bottom shape of it is a little bit different shaped as well, as the XF model has a much more protruding back end to help hold it. They used a different sort of grip on the back of the RF. So the XF has more of the butt cheeks, and the RF has a more flat but still protruding back end. The backside also looks significantly different between the two models. They both say game console, but the back on the XF model has a really nice looking design across from it. And on the RF model, we just have this circular pattern, as you can see here. Moving around the side of the handheld, everything remains the same as in the XF model between the two. We have a single TF card on the left side of the handheld when looking at it. We have a headphone jack and two USB-C ports on top. And then we have our power button and reset button on the right. There is the addition of a lanyard hole on the RF, which we do not have on the XF model. So if you like lanyards, that's nice to have that there. Aside from that, these two models are running the same CPU, the same software with a different logo, of course, and of course different maybe game ROM sets. I didn't compare them one for one. But that is basic differences. Essentially, we have slight changes, but it's really mostly the same. And so I wanted to just do an update on this. And from here, I'm going to link after this message from our sponsor to our original video, which you can watch because the performance is mostly the same. And aside from the ergonomics of the better butt cheeks on the XF model versus this one, they're functionally pretty identical. Anyways, guys, remember to hug your loved ones and love your hugged ones, because tomorrow's never promised. But after this message, we'll have that original review. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the video, but I wanted to take a moment to talk about today's sponsor, NYXI. NYXI has this amazing GameCube-inspired controller called the Wizard 2, and they were gracious enough to send it over for us so we could take a look. Now, first I want to say that GameCube is one of my favorite all-time systems to emulate, but we all know that Nintendo has always liked to use some of those goofy control schemes. So having a controller that more closely and naturally mimics that control scheme only makes emulation better. Have you ever found yourself trying to play something like Super Mario Sunshine on a regular Xbox type controller and you're like, man, this just isn't playing very well? Well, this solves that problem completely because it gives us those GameCube specific controls that helps you game better. And who doesn't want to game better? In fact, there's even more to it. This controller can also split apart. That's right, it can split apart and you can use it like Joy-Cons, left and right. That's even amazing because you can attach it to your Nintendo Switch. Now, if you have a Nintendo Switch 2, I want to let you know some awesome news because NYXI now has a device, an attachment that can actually help retrofit onto your new Nintendo Switch 2. And Nintendo Switch has online GameCube. It's really cool, so you can play with some of the newest technology. These controllers include things like TMR and Hall-based technology to give you the best of all the new stuff while giving you that great retro feel in the hand. Make sure to hit the link in the description below because we have some great codes to help support it. And we want to thank NYXI for sending this over. Again, I have been taken back in time to nostalgia by playing some of the best GameCube games, as you can see here, on things that run Bluetooth, or you can use their adapter to even play it on original hardware or the PC, whichever you want to do. Make sure again you check out the discounts and get the best deals, and make sure you ask for that attachment so you can use it on your Nintendo Switch too. Anyways, back to the show.
Let's see what this new game is all about.
Yes, indeed. Sefun Play. I'm not sure that's how I would pronounce it, but I'm glad that they have that website to let me know. You know, I think I saw a kid over at Lowe's playing with something like this.
Is that thing pink and sparkly?
Why, yes, sir, it is. It is pink and sparkly. It's sparkle powered. Anyways, Deadheads, we want to thank them for sending this over. We're going to take a look and unbox and take an initial review and impressions of the Sefun Play XF40H horizontal, a 720p 1:1 aspect ratio handheld that looks to dethrone or compete with the mighty Anbernic RG Cube XX and the Powkiddy RGB30. Is it going to hold up? What's it going to do? Is the pink sparkly enough to make a difference? I don't know. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode of our awesome content. Anyways, let's dive into this pink awesomeness and find out, does Dead Fred like it? Or is this just more e-waste trash? Do you live with an a-hole? And I'm not talking about another human. I'm talking about a cat. Do you have one of those that just wakes you up in the middle of the night, knocks stuff off whenever they want to? You need the services of Jackson. No, wait. I am not Galaxy Jackson. He's amazing. I could never fix cats. Hey, Deadheads. Welcome back to the channel. Or welcome to the channel for the first time, new Deadheads. Today, we're taking a look at the Sefun Play XF40H. And we have a really nice box here. They really did put the work in here to make the box look really nice. It has a lot going on here. On the front here, it does show that it has Wi-Fi and vibration built in. This is a 4-inch 720 by 720p, so it's the same 1:1 aspect ratio screen we've seen. We've got the game console logo. The model is the XF40H. Supports 10 simulator, tens of thousands of games, strong game processing chips, smoothly run a large variety of games. Dual 3D design makes the game experience even better. looking around the side, and we do have the colors here on the side. We have translucent black, white, translucent blue, sparkle powder, and gray. Sparkle powder, that name alone got us intrigued, and we like pink anyway, so we went with sparkle powder. On the other side, we have the chip, TF card, 3D joystick, 10 major simulators, a gamepad, nothing on the bottom. And then on the back, we have our specs. Now, it does tell us this is an open source Linux system supporting the emulators it supports. Again, the 4-inch screen, 720 by 720. It is a Rockchip 3326 with the Mali G31. We do have an eMMC on board of 1 gig and an 8 gigabytes of storage, 1 gig of RAM. We do have a TF card, support 256, one single cavity horn, the vibration motor, and then a 4,000 milliamp hour battery with our interface made in China. And then we have the ports on the back. So really nice box, but even better, we open up the box here, and yes, we get the bag. Again, now this is the kind with a unique form factor. This brand is unique form factor. This Z fan, XI fan, not sure how you say this, but XI fan has this logo. You'll see these cases in other manufacturers, but the real Xi fan is going to have this logo right here. It even has, on this case, the placement there for the grips. That's really nice. But let's open up the bag and see what's inside with our sparkle powder. And we're greeted first with a card, and this is a customer support quick guide. Dear valued customer, thank you for choosing our product. Troubleshooting guide, game's not loading properly. So really nice here that it has that. We'll get the handheld out of the way, the sparkle powder. And then inside the bag, we do have our USB A to C. No surprise there. We do have a little package that includes our flimsy, but it is a screen protector. And then we have our manual, full color manual here, RF40H instruction manual. This is a nice one, a lot of QR codes here, but it does have some screenshots in color. It does show how to have two game consoles link up and play against each other. That's pretty cool that they have that built in, so you can like play two of these head to head. That's a really cool thing, and shows you how to do it. A lot of instructions there, so pretty good. So not bad, a nice package, really nice box. Comes with a bag, has built-in Wi-Fi. There's no choosing Wi-Fi or bag like Batman, like the S600. This has it all. But let's get this all put back in here, and let's check out the handheld. Sorry to interrupt the video, deadheads, but I wanted to share with you this great sling bag from Genki. Our friends at Amazon sent this over for us to review, and I wanted to share with you how awesome and amazing this bag is for transporting your precious handhelds. This bag has awesome features such as a Fidlock magnetic clasp, a design for modern handhelds, and it's not your average cheap PCV carry. This is crafted with high quality materials and premium hardware. The black one that I have here has Cordura. That's right, Cordura 1000D exterior. Renowned for its durability and strength, Cordura 1000 has a double PU waterproof coating, making this black Saya ultra rugged. As I show you this opening of some of my handhelds here, I have found this to be my friend when I want to take more than one handheld. Yeah, I'm crazy. I have several handhelds. But something like the upcoming Switch 2 would also benefit from this awesome bag. Anyways, hit the link if you want to pick one of these up in the description below. We want to thank our friends at Genki and Amazon for sending this over. Back to the show. All right, so booting this thing up, we know it has EmuElec, and we do have our opening screen here, which is no surprise. You know, branding, CFan is going to have these screens. So you'll see these on the other handhelds as well, just with the proper name there. But as we boot into EmuElec, it's, you know, we've got our loading screen here. It's the typical thing, and you can already see that this is a really beautiful, you know, handheld. Now, let's talk about the hardware here. This is a bit smaller to hold than you would with the Cube XX. As I show you the Cube XX next to it and kind of compare the two, this is a smaller form factor. So if you wanted something smaller than the Cube XX, it will be really good for that. It also has a nice grip to it. So it has these nice butt humps that are not overly done. I think they found a good balance here on how to hold them. So holding this thing feels really good. But let's see if the hardware going to match. Let's start testing the buttons. And yes, look at that. Independent buttons that have a really good travel distance. I like the travel distance on them. You can feel it. You can feel that it's making contact. They are separated, and these are nice feeling buttons. So good start here. Moving over to the D-pad. Oh, look at that. A nice D-pad as well. And we're talking a good D-pad, something that is better than what you see usually with your typical R36 line, which are already decent, but this is nice. This is a nice little D-pad. Has a nice curve to it. It's a good size as well, and it pivots really nicely. And then moving to the sticks, and these are your typical sticks. Now, with the way this thing has kind of already kind of taken and added a little more to it, like adding the vibration motor, I wish we would have had the sticks that Magic X uses. That would have been one suggestion for them in the future, to use those sticks, spend the little 50 cents or whatever more it is to have those sticks. Now, these are fine. These are switch style sticks, but you know, it would have been just nicer. But they are in the bottom orientation, which is perfect for what this is going to play, being a Rock Chip 3326. Now, the volume button is right here, this plus and minus, and then you have your start and select. Now, those are awfully close to your buttons there. That is a little bit of a criticism. Some people may mistakenly hit that because they're awfully close. It's not a big thing, but if I was going to look for something to kind of just, you know, take points away, that would be something for it. And then also we have the single speaker. It would have been nice to have dual speakers on this thing. Let's charge about $10 more, and let's get this thing a little bit, you know, a little bit nicer. But it only has the one speaker, but it does have the two holes. It is front facing, and it does sound good. Now let's talk about these shoulders. I love these shoulders. They're inline, but I really love how the R1 and the L1 are curved, but then the R2 and L2 have this button thing on top of them, and they are just nice. They feel really nice. Your hands curve around it, and you can reach the button and press the R2 and L2 without pressing the L1 and R1 or press them together. I just love the way these shoulders are. They're a little bit loud if you want, you know, not too loud, but that's okay. Moving around the side, we only have one SD slot. I would have preferred two, but it's okay. It just has the one. And excuse me. And then on this side, we do have our power and reset button. Nothing on the bottom. And then on the top, we do have our two USB-C ports along with our headphone jack. So we do have an OTG pack, but this thing has Wi-Fi built in. So you might use it for another controller. But also, if you have two of these, they're going to show you how to play two of these at battle head-to-head. So let's talk about the sparkly. It may not pick up on the camera, but this is sparkle powder. There is like a glitter to this. I love the look of this. This is now my favorite pink handheld. Yes, this is. I think this thing looks fantastic with the pink and white. I like the sparkle materials. This is good feeling plastic. I'm really impressed with this. This is a great start for this brand. We now have 3 brands that are really kind of newer and competing at this, what I'll call, you know, budget premium level. We have Magic X, we have Mangmai who are coming on board, now we have Z-Fan, and they're all kind of coming out with these premium budget brands is what I'll call them. So this is a really good start for this brand. It's really surprising. I like this quite a bit. I really love the color and look of this. But let's get into the gameplay and talk a little bit about that. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the video, but I wanted to take a moment to talk about this guy. Yes, this is Powkiddy's newest, the V90S. Now, if you know anything about the original V90, it was a bit of a janky little console, but it won over the hearts of gamers everywhere because it really was the only clamshell that was available at that time. But now we have the V90S. We want to thank our friends at AliExpress for sending this over. We've been using this console quite a bit. Go check out our initial impression video. But let me tell you, this guy has a lot of charm. He has a lot going for it, including this little slick area down right here. Make sure you hit my influencer page to check out the code so you can save on items like this and much more. Anyways, again, thanks to our sponsor AliExpress for sending over this great handheld. and to Powkiddy for making the follow-up that we all wanted. Back to the show. So, how is it playing on this? And I've got to say that I found myself enjoying this and being lost in the experience. It's always great whenever you find yourself looking up and time has really passed. Now, as we go through the software here, this is Emulect. I do hope, since this is a Rockchip 3326, and I'm encouraging ZFan to really support custom firmware here, support the communities, and send developers these units so they can make the software for this, because I would really love to see ArcOS on this thing, or RockNix. It would be really great. Even something like MuOS would be just amazing to see on this beautiful screen. It does have this beautiful 4-inch screen in a horizontal form factor. Most recently, the CubeXX was the best. Now, playing on this is really good. Even though it's Emulect has matured to a point to where it's very satisfactory. And to give this to somebody that has just now gotten into emulation and doesn't really know a lot about it, it's going to be good setup for them. I do want to talk about the LEDs. They did the work to put in a full suite of LED settings in this. I really think it's cool because you can do scrolling, breathing, you can pick a single color, and you can see with the sparkle powder, the LED does shine through the back because it is, translucent. So I think it looks great. It looks fantastic. If you don't like RGB, you may not like this, but you can, yes, turn them off if you don't want to have them on. You can just hit this button and then no sparkle, no LED, except for the one right there. And of course, that is your power light to indicate it that. But for me, Dead Fred, I like the sparkle, so I'm leaving it on. The breathing with the different colors, because I think that looks the best to me. Now, the set of software in this is pretty good. They've got some random systems, some Armstead here, and we don't have any duplicates. The software, this is not the best labeled software. Hank is just superior. The K56 is always the best right now. Some of these have numbers rather than being alphabetical. But it's mostly a good curated. We don't see a lot of duplicates, nothing like we saw a few years ago for it. But let's just talk about the overall experience and I'll show some game footage to clear this out. This has sections for games that are vibrate. That's one thing I want to mention. They've went in and shown you, like on PlayStation or even Game Boy Color, that have vibration enabled software, so you can pick those games specifically. This has a nice rumble motor. It has built-in Wi-Fi, so you can do two-player battle, so you can do emulation, cheats, so you can do excuse me, all of the different things you want to do with Wi-Fi. It has a beautiful screen. It's got a decent curated software experience. It's got really nice premium budget hardware that feels really good to hold and a striking look to it. I'm impressed, and it's hard to impress me these days. Guys, I like this quite a bit. Pardon me, I'm still getting over my bout of COVID that I had, so I still have a little tingling cough here. But I wanted to get this out because this is at a $50. I've seen it at 50 to 55 with coupons, probably under $50. And this is great. It's just unfortunate that it's out now when there's so many choices. I wish something like this could have launched a year ago. They would have really taken the world by storm. But I hope that they continue. They've got more products in the pipeline. We're going to see another one from them, a 3.5-inch that I'm going to be reviewing here in the future. And I'm excited to see where they go because it seems like a company that cares, that wants to do well. They're getting feedback from content creators like me, and they're asking for the community to give feedback so they can make things better. So that's our review of the XF40H for horizontal, ZFan XF, I guess ZFan XI FAN, not sure. So, what do you guys think? Are you intrigued? Do you want some sparkle powder? Anyways, hit me up in the comments and let me know. Remember to hug your loved ones and love your hugged ones because tomorrow is never promised. We'll see you next time, Deadheads. Dead Fred out.